Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Let's bring up the tacview. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go over what happened in a tactical view of the last video. So obviously we were playing multiplayer and we were online, and ran into three. And when you come into here, you see things that you normally would not see around you. That you do your best for situational awareness, but as here I am, still learning a lot of it. Let's go into it. So uh, we're here in the F-16 right now, and we're gonna go ahead and jump forward. So let's get to our first target. Right, let's zoom out here a little bit. So, if we get some information here, here we are traveling, and we're roughly 23. Our target is 36,000 feet in the air. So, we picked him up on radar, and he, at this point, right about here, I believe, picked us up as well. So, we're aware of each other. I'm going to speed this up just a tad bit, not a whole lot here. Let's see where we at. Okay, here, this line indicates the direction of each other, and we can see up here in the top middle bar the distance away we are from each other. We are fairly close. At this point, I have not received anything telling me he is shooting at me, so I'm going to push my luck, obviously. Now we're getting an 8. And we turn and fire off an AIM-120 or AIM-120C at our target. So let's pause that real quick. Let's head over to our friend over here, who is kind enough to receive a present we are sending. And he immediately recognizes we have launched on him and starts launching, setting off flares, but because the distance to him, it was too close, a little too close for comfort, and he did not make it through that. Immediately, I notice we have another MiG-21 in the distance. We're trying to be careful here because these are air-to-ground targets, and there may or may not be SAM sites, but I think we would have been getting locked up and shot at by at this point. So let's pull in to our secondary. Which one is he? Maybe he was a 21. There he is. So here we are. We're 10 nautical away. I'm trying to... At this point, I could have engaged, but I'm still trying to figure out whether it was friend or foe, and I'm checking back and forth between the AWACS information I'm getting and our radar information. And at this point, I have realized he is clearly not friendly, and I'm way too close. I believe at this point we had switched over to guns and or dogfight mode on the F-16, and I decided to come back around. Now he is going Mach 1 already, so we have to play catch up here because I'm nowhere near that speed. I'm half of what he's going, and but we have acknowledged that he is indeed not a friend of ours. So let's speed this up a little bit, get closer to him. At this point, I want to get close enough because he is going cold on me, and he's traveling fairly fast. He makes a decision to turn, which was not the best choice on his end, but we shot anyways. Well, he turned to defend this. Let's see. But again, we were way too close for that. And at this point, we've hit our target. Fantastic. Now, the problem here is I was getting warning of another enemy threat. This guy up here, which I didn't see. I shot a secondary because I wasn't sure. I lost him in the clouds, but he indeed did launch on us. I got that warning and immediately started defending. Flare and chaff, flare and chaff. We defeat it, surprisingly. I didn't realize I saw the missile, but I just tried to defend as much as possible. But at the same time, I did not realize we had another MiG-29 over here and a friendly over here. But here's the dogfight. Well, the pursuit, I should say. So here we are. He is very, very persistent on staying with us. And we're going to play the old dance. I am pretty sure at this point he is 100% behind me. So I'm trying to just chaff and flare. We have dropped our fuel tanks to lighten the load. And I'm aware, trying to keep track of where he's at, always looking back. You guys seen that in there. But he is very persistent. So all we can do at this point is try to outmaneuver. You see how fast he's going. And he's trying to correct for these overshoots, and at the same time, I'm trying to give him trouble. And he may have had some shots on me at some point. Perhaps we were too close to each other, or just didn't see a good shot here, but here it is. Traveling fairly low at 230 going. And I believe around here is where he comes in way, way too fast. He drops his, what is it? He dropped something. Something fell off. Anyways, at this point, this is where we look over and we see him try to recover from that. But it was too late. So we did succeed in relieving ourselves from that threat. Again, not knowing that there was actually another MiG-29 out here. That's pretty scary. That that just kind of tells you pay a little bit more attention. He actually, believe, took out one of our buddies, two of our buddies. In fact, you know what? Let's go. This is as far as we took it. Let's go back and see what was going on over here, because I didn't realize what was going on this close to us. What we got here is we got this MiG-29 coming in for what was one of our friendly A-10s. And in the distance, we got a friendly MiG-29 coming in. While we're over here playing cat and mouse, this MiG-29 is very dedicated on taking out a big, juicy A-10C over here. So our buddy over here in the A-10 starts to defend it. And just barely gets away with his life here. But he is still coming in hot, very hot, and our buddy here is now trying to get out. At that point, I believe we got a little bit of reinforcement from our friendly MiG-29 and another F-15C coming in from this direction. He receives another launch. I don't know if he just freaked out here and launched an AIM-9, and he's not fortunate and actually gets hit. Not killed, but definitely hit. This MiG-29 is feisty for sure. He's, I believe he takes down, yep, right away. The other MiG over here, which was a friendly, he ejected, so he did shoot the planes down. They were not kills. At this point, I believe he was actually targeting me because he's coming back in. But I believe he's got other problems, and you may have seen this already. Now got an AIM-120 coming hot for him. Or was it? Yeah, AIM-120B from Mr. Noodle, and I don't think he recovers from this guy, or he. Nope, gets hit, survives the shot. This missile was defeated by the chaff, I believe, or he just lost track. And our buddy here saves the day, which actually clears us over here to go home. because at this point this MiG-29 must have been fairly enough destroyed to where the pilot decided to eject. And at that point, having not a single clue in the world, because most of this is probably happening 12,000. No, that's still above the clouds. So I'm surprised that we didn't actually see most of this. But we get to go right over that and head home. Yep, heading right back and landing. We did a break, but well, that was the breakdown for the last video that happened. So it comes to show you these come in handy and really help in realizing where it is you're messing up and where your improvement needs to happen. Other than that, everything else went pretty well. And thanks for coming by, ladies and gentlemen.